So he is now going to enumerate these impediments in the path of the highest realization. Fallacious perception. Next impediment. Fallacious perception, incorrect thinking. Again, this has got no limits to it. Swamiji, I saw a light in my dream, so have I become God realized? So many cults get started simply on these grounds. Jesus came to me in my dream, so he told me you are the next messenger after me. There is no limit to the hallucinations of the material mind. So this fallacious perception. And what is the precaution against it? The precaution is always sincerity. The precaution against all these forms. What is your insurance policy? Insurance policy is sincerity. If we are sincere, then all our faults are visible to us. And if we are not sincere, we cover them up. So, sincerity is a tremendous virtue. With that sincerity, we have to inspect our heart and carefully note where is the weakness, what is preventing me from moving ahead. And with that sincerity, make a note, make a decision that I have to remove these defects and make a plan and put in concerted efforts. So this sincerity is extremely important. One who is insincere will say, I've got no faults. And one who is sincere will see all those shortcomings and weaknesses. So in front of sincerity, fallacious perception will not remain. It will get dismantled. That sincerity will make us realize we are tiny, we are insignificant. We are little specks. Swami Vivekananda said, what is your life? It is but a vapor that appeareth for a short while and then vanisheth away. We are these little specks in our megalomania, etc. We may start thinking at this and that. God says, what do you think? In one blow, I can destroy everything. So, fallacious perception is again an impediment in this path. Lack of perseverance. It is an arduous journey. The spiritual journey is not an easy one. It requires perseverance. These defects, to remove them, require effort. To develop the virtues we want requires effort. So we need to persist with perseverance. You may have heard of the monkey who decided to fast. So the monkey, he said, I have heard that fasting is good for health and also it can be spiritually beneficial, so I will fast today. So he lay down on the branch, I will not eat anything today, evening and night. But then his mind started telling him, look, you're going to fast today. Now supposing tomorrow you're totally enervated and you don't have the energy to go and break the bananas, then what will happen? So the monkey thought, let me break the bunch of bananas and keep them in this branch and then I will fast. So he went, broke the bunch and placed it there. Now fasting, he lay again on the branch. But then his mind again played tricks and said, I've never fasted before, so I don't know how is the after effect of the fast. This branch is a little far, maybe I won't be able to reach it. So why don't you one thing, keep the banana branch on my branch bunch. So he placed it there and again he laid down. And he said, look, I've heard that if you don't eat, then your body doesn't generate glucose, and then the muscles become weak. So I may not even be able to break the banana from the bunch. Let me break the banana and hold it in my hand. So now he was having the banana in his hand and fasting. And again, the mind said that, look, this is not good enough because it still needs to be peeled. So why not peel it and place it in my mouth? Then I fasted. He had the banana in his mouth. And the senses contacted with the object. Where is the question of that reticence? So immediately he started tasting. This is wonderful. So the lack of perseverance. You need to persevere. This achievement of the highest realization is the biggest project in life. If you have launched a startup, you've done great things. If you have made a house, it was a big project. If you have been married for many years and raised children, that's a big feat. But this journey of God realization is a far bigger project. So the final goal is only attained by those who persevere. Charai vaite, charan vai madhu vidmati. Keep on moving. The one who carries on will get the madhu. Unsteadiness, inconcentration, unsteadiness, the chanchalta, the fickleness of the mind. When the mind is resolute, the intellect is resolute, it has one decision. And then that person goes forward like an arrow. And when the intellect is many branched, that person is never able to develop the strong resolution which is required for this path. That person becomes fickle-minded. Yes, I'll do devotion today, but tomorrow I don't feel like it. Day after tomorrow, my mood is not there. The day after that, I sneezed in the morning, it was not auspicious. And the steady sadhak will carry on. He says, no matter what the obstruction, Sri Aurobindo said, he said, you need to be more persistent than the difficulty. There is no other way. There will be difficulties that will come. That is the way life is. That is the way God has intended it to be. So difficulties will come. You have to be more persistent. Now look, when you were raising your children, was it easy? So difficult. But did you say, oh no, I can't do it? You never said that. Why? Because you were attached. You felt it is necessary and you did everything that was required. Then why do we become discouraged in the spiritual realm? Do a little Why so? Because we have not yet developed that resoluteness of the intellect that this is necessary. Once we become convinced, if we could do it on the material side, why can't we do it on the spiritual side? So many people As a preacher, that's my job. People say, Swamiji, I want to do it, but I have to cut that but. But it is so difficult. You are saying it's difficult? Was it easy to raise your children? Because I live in everybody's houses and I see everybody struggle. My God. Thank God. I don't have it any other way. But you people have done such tremendous feats. Then why do you call the spiritual side difficult? It's so easy. It's so blissful. It's so joyous. Just take a few steps. The first few steps will be difficult. As you carry on walking, it will be easier and easier and easier. And later on you will say it is so easy, there is nothing like it. But that's the way it is. Even in the world, anything you try first is difficult. When the child first starts writing, the teacher holds the child's hand and says, all right, this is A. Now write. No, not like this is A. And after 1 month, when the child is practiced, the child tells the teacher, Guruji, now there is no need, you teach the others, I'll do it by myself. So anything is difficult initially. But steadiness means we are more persistent than the difficulty. These are all qualities, these are all attributes of one's character. To go on this path requires character. It requires inner strength. It requires bravery. It requires perseverance. It requires the ability to rise beyond difficulties. So all these need to be inculcated within ourselves. So the reverse of this is all impediments. So when we are engaged in this process of realization and that purity of the mind starts developing, these qualities, the virtues naturally develop. The faults, they naturally fall away as we keep on in this path. So one of the attributes of the devotee is optimism. Optimism, I will reach the goal. Why? Because I am so great? No. Because I have faith in the path. I have faith in my Guru. I have faith in God, who is the savior of the destitutes. So because of them, I am sure I will reach the path. With that optimism, we apply ourselves to it. And then we will say, all right, if I did not reach in a year, I'll reach in 2 years, I may reach in the end of life or maybe in the next life. Who cares? When the journey is so beautiful, now who cares about the goal? So all those attitudes, they will naturally develop. We all want to develop good qualities and we keep on struggling with the mind. But this engagement in spirituality brings about those good qualities from inside by the purification of the mind. And when the mind is purified, these are the qualities of the soul. The Bhagavatam says that Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunais tat prasamatase sura. One who engages in devotion automatically will develop all the good qualities of the devatas, the celestial gods, because the soul is naturally virtuous. Those qualities of the soul will automatically manifest. But one who ignores devotion to God and without God endeavors to develop positive thinking and qualities of the mind, that person, the Bhagavatam says, is running on the chariot of the mind. To what extent will he or she be successful?